In the age of listicles and these sort of the buzz feeding of news articles, wherein essentially the majority of it is just fluff pieces, clickbait, if you will, I today would like to make a video and the case for a polemic. For those of you who don't know, a polemic is contentious rhetoric, which is intended to either support a specific position, making extremely aggressive, rationally aggressive, and forthright claims, and of course to undermine the opposing position. So if we want to, a really great example of this is Émile Zola's J'accuse, when in the late 1800s during the Dreyfus affair, where a Jewish French artillery officer was unfairly and wrongly convicted of spying for Germany, was essentially dragged through the dirt, exiled, had his rank stripped from him, sent to Devil's Island. Émile Zola essentially wrote J'accuse as this impassioned defense of Captain Dreyfus, and it really helped to turn public opinion in that favor. And I mean, that's just one example. Modern polemicists include, Christopher Hitchens and his brother Peter Hitchens. More ancient ones, of course, you have the philosopher Nietzsche. Soren Kierkegaard was a little bit of a polemic. George Orwell, another good one. George Bernard Shaw, the playwright. Even, Tolstoy, Lenin are great Russian ones. Voltaire is an especially good French one, along with Émile Zola. Jonathan Swift is another great English one. Thomas Paine, who I've spoken about in a couple of videos as well. And today I want to make the case for it because I think it is so important. We tend to, all be born with a fence post up our ass, to put it very vulgarly. We're always sitting on one side of on the fence and saying, okay, well, let's just wait it out. Let's not pop our head up. Let's not have strong opinions about something. Let's just go with the flow. I think this is a completely wrong way to look at it, and that's why I think polemic is so important, where you have to be rationalistic and aggressive in making your claim, because it shows passion. If there's no passion in your life, I think it's kind of boring. But not only that, I think that we need to show how passionate we are about a certain thing, because it is that passion that obviously inflames passions in others. Forgive me for saying that, one take, it's all we do. At the end of the day, though, I think that we do need it. Not only will it move these people off the fence posts, but again, well-written polemic is so important, mainly because of the quality of the writing. Especially, I'm a great fan of Christopher Hitchens. Anybody who knows me is I am a Christopher Hitchens stan. I will just put that out there. Him and Playboy Cardi, those are the two people that I stand for. But if you read some of his literature, if you read his attacks, if you read Letters to a Young Contrarian, if you read God Is Not Great, even if you read his book Thomas Jefferson, Author of America, which I've reviewed on this channel, go check that video out. There's something to be said about reading beautifully crafted language, or listening to beautifully crafted language, because not only does it inflame those passions, but it's like listening to really, really good music. You get this, for some reason, your brain waves align in a certain way, and there's almost this metaphysical feeling that you get. So you feel this connection to these words, and you think, okay, yeah, it's literally changing your mind in real time. I think that's what good polemic does. And there's a sore lacking of it these days. Everything just seems to be very saccharine and sugar-coated, and ultimately moderate. Not to say that, we have to all be extremists, because there is a fine line between being a good polemic and inflaming those passions just enough, and being a fanatic. And fanaticism, extremism, that's not what we're after. But also, if you're a moderate to its core, like I said before, you got a fence post up your ass, You're just sitting there. It almost gives the vibe of not being very honest, being very opportunistic. Where, you know, if someone says, you know, if someone says the classic, you know, I don't know, I don't care, and stuff, it's, well, you must know something and you must care about something. You can't just not know about anything and not care about anything. Although there are people who, I guess, are extremely apathetic. That's not essentially what we're talking about here. Good polemic will stir people from their apathy, and that's another important point I would like to make. It seems that we have gotten a little bit more apathetic in this day and age, and I think that if we had good polemic, we probably wouldn't be as apathetic right now. I honestly think the reason why we don't have it is because people just aren't writing high quality stuff enough. It's not what people are looking for. The attention span is not what it used to be. Everyone's looking for a quick article that they can just scan. Everything prioritizes efficiency rather than beauty of language. And I mean, there is something to be said about finding the beauty of efficient language, but at the same time, there leaves no room for linguistic flourishes. Everything is it seems monotonous almost. It's like you're reading a grocery list of, the news, this is what you should care about, blah, 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 blah. It's all delivered in a monotone, and it's boring. I don't find it fun to read. So anyway, this video, for me, I would recommend, I'm going to leave my top 5 polemics in the description. I wanted to make this video because, if not to inspire more people to write polemics, but it's more so for people to go out and read them and to see what a polemic is, to see what it's like to truly feel inflamed by a book. And like somebody once said, I forget who it was, true art is meant to provoke. So in that sense, polemic to me is one of the highest forms of art. Anyway, if you agree with anything that I've said, drop a like on the video, let me know in the comments below. If you think that what I've said is potentially contentious, also let me know in the comments below. I'd love to start the debate. And as always, thank you so much for watching.